Hey guys, today I'm making this video to talk about why I got a GoPro. I'm just gonna sit here and tell you about it. So the reason why is because I needed a decent, at least decent, and kind of cheap, I guess you could say. Matters what GoPro gets, but kind of cheap and reliable and a well-known company, not like some random company that you found up on eBay. And it also had to be waterproof because I already have a camera. I can just use my phone, right? But so I was looking at action cams and saw a GoPro and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get GoPro. And I'm also gonna be going over why, which GoPro I got. Cause, out of all of them, the 3, 4, 5, 6 Fusion sessions. Actually, I have a session, not a Hero 5 session, just a normal session. That's like $150. Yes, it was relatively cheap. And they're tiny. I mean, maybe like an inch. Like a cubic inch. Like, it's a cube. And each side is like an inch. So, it's not very big. And the reason I got it is because I've heard battery life is great if you do not have your wireless mode on. And I didn't believe it because it's so tiny. Like, the battery is probably not that big. Like, maybe the size of my finger. So, and then, I searched it up on Google and it's like an hour and 30 minutes. I'm like, well, dang, that's a good amount of time. Well, maybe not for people who's going to use it, all day, but I'm just going to use it for probably about 30 minutes. But if you have wireless mode on, it drains the battery a lot. So, downside, kind of, but eh. And it comes waterproof. So, you don't have to put a waterproof case on it, so you have good audio. So, right now I can have good audio, and it can start raining, and, I can just leave it out in the rain and be fine, And plus, these cameras, they have a whole bunch of mounts for them, and you can pretty much put them anywhere, especially sessions. You can literally, if you don't have any mounts, you just have a couple zip ties or tape. You can almost tape these or zip tie them anywhere, on a fence, a car, a roof. I'm trying to think of a weird place you might be able to put it. I don't know. I don't know really any weird places. Because I'm not really a weird person. I don't put things in weird places, but whatever. You could literally tape and a zip tie. You could probably put this little tiny GoPro here anywhere. Or glue. You can probably just glue it somewhere. Just say, oh, look, I want to put it there. Let me glue it real quick with some, super glue. And they also have, mounts, the sticky mount, which came with this GoPro for free. Right now, I have an old selfie stick that I used to use. Well, not me, but I just had an old selfie stick. I'm like, will this fit? And I checked it, and it fits. All I had to do was take the top thing off. Well, and that's pretty good, because a GoPro stick, I think it's $30. That's the bad thing about GoPro accessories. They're just overpriced. 2 sticky mounts from GoPro, $20 for 2 sticky mounts. That comes free with the camera. So, it's not the best, but they are reliable. That's one thing. I'm trying to balance on here. There we go. Yeah, they're very I have never heard of I have once. That's once. And that was a plastic thing. that some guy dropped. But like, that's like the only time I've ever heard of something like a GoPro accessory breaking. Now, if you go on like Amazon, you get like 20 like sticky things for probably less than $10. I found one for like $7, and they're probably not. I wouldn't trust them as good as the GoPro ones, because these GoPro sticky mounts, they don't look very well, or like very sticky, or feel very sticky. But it's very hard to get them off of something unless you have heat. Now down in Florida, it's normally hot, but it's like, it's like November. I think 3/4 of the way to November, so it's pretty much winter, and it's cold. Like, it rarely gets hot out here, unless it's in the evening, which right now it's like 4. No, it's like 3:30. It's not that hot. Like, literally, this is like, it's not hot, but it's not cold. It's just like, it's probably around 70 something degrees. You know, because that's what it is in my house, and I'm pretty used to that. But whatever, let's get back on topic. The video of us at River Ranch, I bought this GoPro for that reason, because I did not have an action camera that was waterproof. And this GoPro specifically, session, great battery life for $150, and can record at 2K, I believe it is. 1440p, I'm pretty sure it's 2K. But whatever, you can show at 1080p, 60, 720s, I think at 60 also. I think at 720 you might be able to go a bit higher. I just haven't checked. But, and I can also take okay photos. Like, they're 8 megapixels, I think, that this GoPro session is rated, which I think my iPhone 5 might be able to do better than that, but, you know, then again, I don't know, because I don't care, because it's the photos. And who uses GoPro for photos? Well, some people do, but it's not the main reason you get a GoPro. If you wanted one of those, you just go buy a camera and just put it in a Ziploc baggie. But, and so I bought the GoPro, I think the night before we took it out to River Ranch. It did wonderful. It didn't, well, if it broke, I probably wouldn't be using it right now, but it didn't, like, have any problems, which I guess would be a normal thing. But, it just kind of supports my idea of them being reliable. So, but, also, this is a beginner, like, this is for new people who are new to GoPro, and, of course, I'm new to GoPro. This is my first GoPro I've ever seen. Well, in real life, I've seen them on videos and stuff, but that's different. But yeah, this is like starter, beginner, like the first GoPro. Well, I guess you could probably go get like a Hero 1, and that'd probably work out for you too, but I wonder what the GoPro Hero 1 can record at. Can it record at HD? When was the GoPro 1 made? I'll have to figure that one out later. Also, I'm running out of ideas. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's a beginner thing, and since I was new and whatever, I got a beginner GoPro. It came with 3 GoPro stickers, which I like, but it's weird how I see big stickers that people have, and I got small stickers, so I'm like, you have to buy them separately. It's weird, but whatever. And I guess also while I'm here, I'll do a review up on our Recon that you probably saw in the River Ranch video, if you watched it, which if you haven't, go watch it. It's like the best thing ever. But right here is our Recon. It was the red one, the one with the snorkel. I do have a GoPro mount on it now, before I didn't. I mean, it kind of moves side to side. That's because I didn't really see how dirty this light bar is? I didn't clean it, I just set it up on there. But if it comes off, I'll probably just heat it up, you know, clean it, then put it back on. Our boiler right here, I think has 24 maxes. Skinny's front, fat's back. Well, not too fat's in the back. I think it's like a 10, maybe an 11. I don't know, it just says 0 on the tires. Weird. Do have a 2-inch bracket lift. You can see the brackets right here in the front, under the shocks, same in the back. Light bar, of course, duh. Snorkel, vent line. We don't have all the vent lines ran because the other ones are just like closed off, and that seems to work fine. I've had water over this, like, deep, but then that was like whenever you first go into a hole. Once you get in it fully, it's just the whole front end, the whole thing kind of tries to float, but if you just lean back, the front end will just stay up and the back end will just be down there in the water unloading and stuff. We have a winch mount right here. It came with the winch, but it was like cracked and a piece of junk. We're getting a new one. I think it's a 2,500 pound one. I think so. Which is clearly enough. This thing probably weighs 800 pounds. If it gets in the water and you get off of it, it'll just float up. No joke. Like one time, I had it shut off on me. That was before we like got this vent line up here, and it was down there, and it got water in the vent line, and it just shut off. And I was like, uh-oh. So I got it off of it to push it, and it just floats up. It's weird like that. Well, it's not weird, it's just light. It does need a rear end. That's a bad thing. Also needs a jet kit. That's why this is up here. But that works perfectly fine. Like, you can see all the way up in that snorkel. And